everyone, welcome to another episode of Inspiring and Able. I'm your host, Eliza, and today I have a very special guest. She is the Executive Activities Director of a High Five organization. High Five organization, which helps those with spinal cord injury. I am so happy to have her today. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Danny Trujillo. And I'm sorry if I butchered that.
That was great. You got it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, what brought you to High Fives?
High Fives kind of found me, which was really great. I joined the foundation as an intern actually in 2019. I was working on my master's, getting my master's in social work. And right about the same time, I had kind of learned about Roy, our CEO and founder, and one of our athletes named Trevor Kennison. Kind of just heard about both of them right about the same time I was starting my program. And knowing that I needed to do a practicum with some sort of nonprofit foundation or school or hospital, I reached out to the foundation and started working as an intern, and then very quickly found my home here, and it snowballed from there.
Nice. So, what does High Fives do? Essentially, what's your mission and prerogative?
Yeah, so the High Fives Foundation focuses mainly on supporting those who have faced life-changing injury as a result of outdoor action sports accidents, by providing resources to get through the recovery process and back into those adaptive sports when they're ready. That's not the only demographic that we do support. While that's our main area of focus, we have 3 grant cycles throughout the year, all open to slightly different criteria. So we also have support for individuals who have served in the military or are first responders. So veterans who have sustained life-changing injuries that are looking to get back into outdoor action sports. We also have a grant cycle open to those who have injuries through things like falls or car accidents, to get back into outdoor action sports. But the outdoor sports is really our main area of focus. At the foundation, we obviously like the number 5, High Fives Foundation. We have 5 pillars of sport. So we focus mainly on surfing, biking, mountain biking, anything snow related. So skiing, snowboarding, whatever modality it may be. Fly fishing, and then what we call dirt. So adaptive side-by-sides and dirt bikes.
That sounds really cool. And so what do you think an organization like High Five, why do you think it reaches people so much? Like, how it inspired you to stay on, and you say found your home here. What do you think is the power of High Fives, essentially?
I think the power of High Fives comes from community. We often refer to all of our athletes and the community surrounding us as our ohana, which if anyone saw Lilo and Stitch, everyone knows that's the Hawaiian word for family. I think truly that's what it is. Because we're so outdoor action sport focused, it's a lot of people come to the foundation who are interested or involved in the mountain sports world. And anyone in that world knows that you need to have your friends back. You need to have your community members back, because the sports we do are risky and challenging and scary and fun. And to have someone that knows that lifestyle and knows that outlook on life, to have an injury and maybe feel like you have lost that opportunity to ever ski or mountain bike or surf again, to find a community like High Fives that says, nope, it's just going to be a little bit different now.
Yeah.
I think that's what's exciting, you know?
that that is very exciting, and coming from a little girl who saw surfing in the Bahamas and wanting to make like an adaptive surfboard for quadriplegic, I totally think this is super cool that you actually found a way to give it.
Yeah.
Um, but what do you so I'm from Canada. Obviously, I'm talking from here from Canada, and so can people who are not located in the States also reach out to you for
Yeah.
the internships? And okay,
Yes, so our specific nonprofit status allows for us to support individuals all throughout the US and Canada. Unfortunately, it's limited to just North America. But at this point, the foundation has supported over 780 individuals from 47 US states and Canada. So
that's wonderful. And what do you think is a way that people could support high fives and help out basically with their mission?
there's so many different ways to support. Obviously, running a nonprofit, monetary is huge. If you have $1 or $2 to spare, that always makes a difference. But I know that's not necessarily what people have to give. Supporting in encouragement and getting maybe community members that you know that would be a good fit who haven't found high fives yet connected is huge. And from the other side, maybe I personally never had an injury. I'm an able-bodied person. If you're an able-bodied person, but have a connection to the adaptive world, and you can provide that support. Obviously, a lot of these sports, we need extra hands to haul equipment, to move, to just get things going. And so any time and passion is also accepted as donations.
Mm, I completely agree with you there. And you, how did you get introduced to the adaptive? What's your connection, if I may ask? Because I find disability is well, you're either connected to from the start, or you kind of fall into it. What what or something else? Could
A little bit of both. I kind of initially thought that I just fell into it, that I was connected with the foundation because I'm so passionate about all of the sports we provide here at the foundation. But in reality, I think it goes deeper than that too. My grandmother was an OT. My mom worked in the field for a little bit. It's just something that's kind of always been around. I think also when you have lived and been in the world, whether you've worked or just been a member of the outdoor action sports community for long enough, unfortunately, you tend to see injury. And so it just seemed like a good fit. These are people that have the same interests as me, and I knew I wanted to be a part of it.
Nice, and you do a great job speaking about. I'll just say that right now. So for anyone who's maybe thinking about or that, do you have any like words, like somebody who wants to reach out but is nervous to, because maybe they're new to disability as a whole, and they're new because of an accident? What would you say to those who want to reach out but just need a little push to do so?
I would say two things. First, there's never any harm in reaching out. If you're maybe hesitant because you don't know if you qualify or if you'd be a good fit or whatever it may be, High Fives is just one of many, many nonprofit foundations out there, and we all are connected. If our foundation isn't the right fit for you, I have tons of resources and can, make a connection to another foundation that maybe would be a better fit. I think there's never any harm in introducing yourself and asking questions. And the second component, I would say, goes back to the community aspect. I've seen it time and time again that, you know, whether you're new to injury or new to a different level of injury, and you just have questions, you're not always going to get the answers you need from the doctor's office or from someone that hasn't been in your position before, but you can definitely get encouragement, support, resources, answers from people who have been there. And that's what this community is made up of.
Would you say that these types of organizations, in their own way, is a form of advocacy, like essentially?
Yeah, definitely. I think visibility is huge, right? Like just getting out there and letting the world know that foundations like this exist and adaptive athletes at a high level exist, and should be on the front lines of the newspaper and the media and all of this. The High Fives Foundation is really, we're really fortunate to have incredible supporters, partners that work with us, that help us share our message and spread it out there. And so if it's advocacy in that sense of just getting our name out there and getting our athletes visible to the world, that's a step in the right direction. And if this can, again, build the community members together to advocate together for more, it's just a step in the right direction as well.
Yeah, completely. And what inspires you to keep going? What inspires High Five to keep going even through things like COVID? Because you said you started in 2019, and then a year later this craziness began. And so how did you keep saying what, just finding something, and then it was basically, I don't know if it was shut down for you guys, but the whole world was shut down for a while. So what
Yeah.
helps you keep going even through those difficult, unexpected moments?
Yeah, totally. COVID was insane. We were very much shut down as well. And I think what was really hard to watch during COVID was people who were injured right before or during had these extreme isolations and inpatient rehab, and in the ICU where friends and family weren't allowed or involved. And I couldn't imagine being in that position in that hospital bed. It just seemed, yeah, truly hopeless it could feel. But I think what keeps us moving forward is that while we would hope that no one has to sustain a traumatic spinal cord injury again as a result of an accident in a sport, we want to be there. We want to be able to be there and support if it happens and provide the community. And so just knowing that accidents happen all the time. We don't know what's happening in the world. You don't know what's the next day, what's given the next day, but knowing that there is support there if it hits the fan, that's what keeps us going forward, is that we can be there when people think there may not be a path forward. We can show that there is.
That's beautiful. And as a person yourself, with all your responsibilities, would you say that um the athletes inspire you personally, or am I just making an assumption?
No, definitely. I think I have a really beautiful job in that I'm so connected with a lot of our athletes. A lot of our athletes have become good friends of mine, and I'm always inspired by my friends. I mean, I think knowing that someone can get hurt and their entire life can change and get injured surfing and then choose to get back on the surfboard, it's a reminder we all need sometimes of, like, get back up on the horse and try again. Doesn't have to be the same, but it could still be awesome. That's something that our founder Roy always says. And it's a good reminder, you know, why not keep going?
Awesome. And by the way, I found your organization through Trevor's documentary on Netflix, and so just get just a little thing for all my viewers right now. These are people. These aren't little jaunts, okay? This isn't everyone to reach out. And then again, I thank you so much for accepting my invitation. It's been an absolute honor to speak with you.
Same to you, same to you. I really enjoyed our conversation. And I'll just say again to everyone watching, if you have questions, if you are just curious, I'm happy to connect. Feel free to reach out and we can continue the conversation.
Right. Oh, and one more question. How, and this is more for me, but how does high fives get past the stereotype of what are you doing to disabled people? Like I said, these are extreme skiers. These are going on big waves. So how do you deal with any of the backlash that happens? Maybe because people have this perception of disability and being fragile. At least that's what I've experienced in my life. So how does high fives deal with that sort of questioning or perspective?
Yeah, I think that's an incredible question, and there's so many layers to it. I think that that'll be something that everyone will be constantly combating. I don't know if there's a one answer solution to it, but I think what's important to always vocalize and always remind everyone is that everyone started somewhere. Whether you're learning how to ski again or surf again or whatever it may be, we all, even the top level skiers and surfers, started day one. And so getting people back out for the first time since injury or the first time ever, it's encouraging. Like, it should be celebrated. Like, someone's trying something new and wants to learn. Like, let's not shut that down. Let's celebrate that. Like, this is a sport we all love. Why don't we encourage more people to do it? And I think, like you said, you came to us through Trevor's documentary. When you see someone like him or so many other athletes that are pushing the limits, not just in adaptive sports, but in sports, it's even better because you can see that the sky truly is the limit. There's no limit on adaptive sports. If you put your mind to it, it's just what you want to do and what you want to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And yeah, so it would be great to to connect and have more people connect, because I think part of it, as you said, is visibility issues. And there were so many times like special needs camp where you get new people and then they feel sorry for you, and by the end of the weekend they'd be daring you to do the tough stuff. And so I definitely encourage everyone to, well, everyone who can, to reach out and connect, because connection is a form of breaking down barriers, and I think your organization is just wonderful in doing that and breaking the fragile stereotype. So I thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for allowing that last minute question there. But thank you, and have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
And so I guess it's hard for me to click. So
All good. Thank you so much for the